This is what my siding looks like on my shop here in my garage. I got a window and a door in on this side. And I got it up. I had a time, man, making that thing even up and everything. It's just the tongue and groove on them are not all cut exactly the same. So it's high on one spot, low in another. But, you know, it's just something you have to work with. I said in a video with my cell phone, it's just, you know, the log siding is more forgiving. It's kind of like a ship. It's kind of like a shiplap. So it's, you can work with that a little bit better as far as, you know, tongue and groove. If it ain't cut exactly right, it's gonna be, you know, and after you know, it might be off just like a 1/16 of an inch or so, but if it's even that much. But after you stack about 6 or 7 boards up on top of one another, a 1/16 can turn into a 1/2 an inch real quick. So that's the problem. That's the problem I run into getting around that window and that door. I thought I had it all nice and level and everything. I kept trying to keep it level and everything, and it didn't work out. I had to make some adjustments in here and there. I probably want to get a little bit of caulking too and put in some of the cracks, you know. But that's just part of this, you know, working with lumber. Now, like I say, you know, the tongue and groove, if it don't match up like, you know, like it's supposed to, it's gonna throw it's gonna throw you off. So that's the problem with tongue and groove. So your shiplap is different. It ain't got nothing fitting into a slot. You know, like that's your groove. This is your tongue. It's got to meet in there. If one side of this groove is sticks out a little bit more than this other side, it ain't gonna match up right. And some of them was like that. A couple of short boards, I trimmed them on my table saw just to even them up. But I can't do that on everything. I mean, good Lord, I'd be spending all my time just, you know, trying to get that stuff evened up. So you just have to kind of work with it. And I got to start measuring from the top, plus my pad, it wasn't level. So I got high and low spots in that. So that's because I didn't want to pour another pad. I want to use the old pad that was there. Just trying to save some money. And that's what you run into. But plus I'm doing all this myself. That's the other issue. Like I said in some other videos, I'm not a carpenter. I can do some carpenter work, but I'm not no carpenter. I can do just enough to get me by. So when I did my house, the main structure was there on my house. I just gutted it and had to go back and replace the floor, stuff like that. But this right here was stick built right from the ground up. But that was my problem. People that poured that pad to begin with 50 years ago or longer, or it might have been longer than that, it might have been close to 60 years ago. They did not get it level. It wasn't square or nothing. I had to bring in my walls in like 6 inches all the way around just to get where it could be, where I could get it re-square, you know, get the structure square. But the foundation, the actual pad, is low and high spots in it and everything, so that throws your top plate off up there. Like I say, it's just a no-win situation when you're trying to work with somebody else's stuff that they did. But it's going to work out. It might not be exactly perfect, but it's a garage. Like I said in another video, it ain't no $500,000 home. Plus the lumber you get nowadays too ain't worth a crap. So I did a little short one. I think I got it on there now. I might have it on YouTube. I can't remember. Where I was actually measuring the width of a 2x8. One was 7, one was 7 1/8, and one was 7 1/4. That really messes with you there when you go, got 3 different boards and every one of them is a different width. A lot of people say, oh, well, that's just a little bit. Yeah, but I mean, it adds up really quick, especially if you got putting boards on top of one another. You're trying to get to a certain point, a certain setting, and everything is just, you start off with one that's, especially if you're trying to cut some ahead, you want for a pattern. Well, if you got one that's 7, and you make the pattern out of it, and you got some that's 7 1/8, 7 1/4, well, it's going to be different. That's the problem. So, and I was looking back, I was going to order me some more of this stain here. I got this from Walmart back a few years ago when I built that catio at that house. I ordered me 6 gallons of it, kind of said I was going to start working on the house and redoing the stain on it, and especially in certain spots. Well, it's been at least 2 years, maybe 3 years. This stuff was cheap. It's more than double the price now. About the same size can. I think it's like $15 a can. I went back and looked on Amazon. I think that's what it was, 15. It's like 30. It's more than double. It's like $30, $35, $37 a damn gallon now. I mean, holy crap. But gotta have it. And I was about to get there's a log company on there advertising some kind of oil you can use that they sell. Boy, it is pricey. Good well, there's no way that stuff costs what they're selling it for. I mean, my God. But, I mean, it's their product. That's what they want for it. We wanted to have a log house, but my Lord have mercy. That's where we went with the log siding. Gosh, the log house, it was just so expensive. What kills me, I've seen people building these log houses, nice rustic looking, nice logs and everything. We seen one for sale when we was looking at it. And they put, even though they had the timber frame on the inside for the ceiling and everything, the damn blame wall and some of the ceiling there was sheetrock. Why in the world did you go to all that trouble to build a log house and then put sheetrock in it? Oh my God. I was flabbergasted. I just could not believe it. I said, what is wrong with people? When you want something different, then you go slapping the same old cheap crap everybody else puts in their house, that sheetrock. And a lot of people, oh, well, sheetrock, anything wrong with sheetrock? Yeah, if you got a wood house and you're trying to keep a rustic look, with a log cabin, you don't put sheetrock in the damn thing. I mean, holy shit. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I got a little bit of sheetrock in my house. But if I got anything to do with it, it's going to be gone here in the next couple of years or so, I hope. I'm going to tear that mess out and put the rest of it in wood. The majority of my house, I say over 80% of my house or more on the inside is tongue and groove with a center groove. And some just like this right here, it's just a V groove. And I just don't like sheetrock. It's flimsy. You put a hole in that crap, and, just bump it, and you got a hole in it. You can't attach nothing to the wall hardly with sheetrock, unless you find your studs. Man, with this tongue and groove yellow pine, you can hang a picture anywhere you want. I mean, literally anywhere. I mean, it just makes no sense to go to all that money. I mean, if you're going to put sheetrock inside, you might as well just build a standard house. Brick or vinyl siding or whatever. I mean, why would you go to trouble to have a log house, thing looks like a log cabin, and put sheetrock in it? My Lord have mercy. And I know it's a preference, but you start off with a good idea, with the log house. Why would you skew off from that and put damn sheetrock in it? I mean, I can't understand it. And I know some people say, well, it ain't no big deal. Well, I guess it ain't to them, but there ain't no way I would buy that house. I mean, if I'm going to buy a log house, it better be wood on the inside, too. We stayed in one when we got married up there in Tennessee. It was really rustic looking log. It wasn't this, the same diameter all the way up and down log. It looked like the actual tree, because they was big at one end, little at the other. And they matched the ends and everything to make it, walls come up, like they're supposed to. Now that's the way you're supposed to do it. And don't get wrong, these machine logs, it's all the same size. That still looks good. At least it is wood. It ain't sheetrock. But everything in it, even the furniture in it, was log. Built it as small log, whatever. I mean, that's the way you're supposed to do it. You don't go with logs, go with logs. Don't go there and build a log shell and then put sheetrock on the inside. Oh my Lord. That's about the craziest crap I ever seen. Of course, I know people's got their preference. When you go to try to sell that thing, I think that would make a big, huge factor in it whenever you want it for resale value. Because if it's all log outside and a person walks inside and you got sheetrock, I know I would turn around and just walk out the door if it was me. I wouldn't even make them an offer on it. But again, like I said, that's me. But, for people in general here lately, I don't know. I was there going to town, just down the road from my house here. I got out to another road, and the guy was just sitting there, and there was a car coming, but my God, I could have got my motorhome out a couple of times, before that vehicle ever got there, with a motorhome. And I blew the horn at him. I said, man, hurry and get on out of the way. And then he turned. He finally pulled out and turned. He hung his hand out the window and gave me the bird. Oh, oh, that hurt me so bad. Oh, gosh, you give me the bird. Man, you give me the bird. I don't care. You know, that's your prerogative. You know, hold it back. Hey, same to you, buddy. You know, I mean, it's just that like that's going to hurt me some kind of way. Oh, being cold and all kind of things, everything, you name it. If it's a known word, I've been called it before by somebody. And then to get up into town, I was going to turn right at the traffic light, and you know, unless there's a sign saying no turn on red, as long as you stop and look, ain't nobody coming, you can turn right on the red light. Well, this guy was sitting there, and people was coming off the street that we was going to turn on to. They was turning left, so there wasn't no way nobody was coming across going to hit him, and he just sat there like he didn't know what to do. I said, my Lord, have mercy, man. I blew the horn at him, trying to get him out of the way, because like I said before, when I'm in my vehicle, I'm in it to get somewhere and get back. I ain't got time to lollygag around and wait on some idiot out there that's just poking along 20, 30 miles an hour. What killed me, I seen a guy pull out in front of it wasn't in front of me, thank goodness. He pulled out in front of some vehicles that was coming. I mean, the vehicle was on the main road. They were getting it pretty long, about 55, 60 miles an hour. He pulled out there and moving like a snail. I said, oh my Lord, he's going to get hit, or he's going to cause an accident or something. I said, that right there, yeah, it's just something I just don't understand. You know, I got no problem with people pulling out in front of me as long as they can, you know, mash that gas pedal and get on down the road. You get out there, just don't get out there and poke along in a 55 mile an hour speed limit and want to run freaking 25, 30 miles a damn hour. And it takes them a freaking 2 miles to get up to 55. But, you know. And I see it all the time. And it seems like it keeps getting worse. I keep thinking it's going to get better, but I guess there ain't no hope in that. Just like this lumber business. Man, I don't know about the lumber situation. Well, I know what it is. All the old growth pines are gone just about it. Pines you're getting now is as fast growing you're used to. A mature pine, it took a long time for that thing. You're talking about 30, 40 years. Now they grow them in like 20 years. It's a real fast. We have changed everything to hybrid seeds and everything, you know. I mean, a lot of this stuff that you buy, where you used to save the seeds from it, you can't even save the seeds from it because it won't even grow. It's a hybrid most of the time. They say it won't even grow. It won't even make a plant. I don't know. I ain't tried it. And but I know growing up on the farm, we saved black-eyed peas, white-acre peas, field peas. We saved all that stuff and made our own seed. We take it and, you know, let it dry on the hull. Then we'd take it outside out there on a good breeze a day. Take us a stick out there and kind of beat that stuff up a little bit. Where you break up the hull. And then you did it on a tobacco sheet. Or a cotton sheet, tobacco sheet. All the same thing. Burlap sheet. Take it out there and then we take and kind of, everybody get on the corner and we take and toss them seeds and them hulls up in the air and let the wind blow. The wind will blow the hulls out. And you have a good pile of dried beans in there, and we'd save that for seed. But a lot of this stuff now, the way they've got, they're making stuff seedless. Everything's seedless. Seedless watermelons. Seedless this, seedless that. seedless grapes. I mean, and I know, I mean, when I was a kid growing up, everything had seeds in it. Either you just eat the damn seeds or either you spit it out. One of the two. We grew watermelons every year. We always saved us some seed. We take the biggest melon we got, we save the seed out of that one, to have to grow for next year. But everybody wants everything seedless. I don't want no seeds. Got seedless oranges and shit and everything. Seedless watermelons. Like I said, seedless grapes. I mean, it's just, everybody wants everything seedless. I tell you, if there's ever come a time where people had to depend on what they grew to survive, 3/4 of our population would just die off, or they wouldn't even know how to begin. They even know how to grow anything. And these politicians, what killed me, there was one woman in Georgia, and I'm from Georgia. I'm ashamed to say that she was from Georgia. What she said, talking about they need to cut out the farmers. We don't need no farmers. What we need farmers for? We got grocery store. That's where we get our food from, the grocery store. We don't need farmers. I cannot believe she even uttered, and she's written a book and everything, okay? And she was running for governor or something. I said, oh my Lord, have mercy. And people want her to be a governor? If she thinks the food don't come from farmers? I said, holy Jesus. People, I'm telling you, stupidity is an infestation upon society. Unlike some of these comedians say, what, take the warning labels off everything. You go, that's the only reason you got warning labels on anything. Those stupid people. So some idiot tried to use something he wasn't supposed to and got hurt or got sick or poisoned or something or other. I mean, if you took the warning labels off, you'd weed out some of these stupid people. Yeah. Everybody says, oh, you shouldn't say stuff like that. I can say whatever I want. I ain't saying anybody's got to agree with me. Everybody's got their right to agree and disagree, and that's fine. But whenever apocalypse comes or China or Russia sets off one of those EMP bombs that knocks out all the electronics and everything, where your phone don't work, your car don't work, you got no power grid, no power, I'll survive. All these stupid people, I may just go in and dig them a hole. I take care of me and my wife, and the other one was just, oh well, should have got some smarts instead of being an idiot all the time. This right here is what takes up most of my time in this garage, having to stain these boards. This is time consuming. Good Lord, it's time consuming. Just about need somebody out here just doing this for me. Well, I can be working, putting some up. But anyway. Don't get me wrong, this looks good whenever you get the stain on here and everything, but boy, it just takes a lot of time. Just like some people, you see them broke down the side of the road. Back in the day, I would have stopped, see if I could help them. And now everybody's got cell phones there where they can call somebody. Used to, you didn't have that option. You had to rely on somebody stopping and helping you. I know there's this box truck, call them fish, seafood. It broke down, had a flat tire. So we had to drive. My daddy had to drive about 20 miles to the next nearest town. Tell them about it, and they went out and changed his tire for him and everything, It was a big truck, had big tires. And that driver gave my daddy a pile of damn fish to help him out. And my daddy was the type, he didn't expect nobody to give him anything to help him. He just wanted to help. He said that was the right thing to do. And back then, that was the right thing to do, back in the 60s. Now, I'd be really hesitant. I know here several years ago, this older couple seen this. There was a young woman, she was broke down the side of the road, and they was going to stop and help her. Well, she had her boyfriend hiding in the bushes out there. People stopped to try to help that girl. And they wound up killing that old man and that old woman. So they stopped and wanted to help them. So that's the thanks you get. And if they say, well, everybody's not going to do that. Well, no, that's probably true. But how are you going to tell? I mean, it just about had to be somebody I knew. Why I would stop and help anybody nowadays. That's what our society has come to. You got a bunch of thieving those sons of bitches out there, they ain't worth the gunpowder to blow out the brains. The problem is we've been too lenient with people. Well, that's my opinion. Of course, now, like I said, it might have been more than several years. It might have been about 20 years ago. I just remember hearing about it. And I think they finally did catch some people that killed that older couple. I think. I'm not 100% sure they did. Of course, like everything else, if you don't get the evidence the right way, it can be thrown out of court, even though they did do it. Because of their rights. And I believe we ought to have rights. But whenever you know that somebody did something really bad, and it gets thrown out because they didn't get the proper warrant, or they didn't do the procedure correctly, or something other, it's just, turn them right back on the damn streets. And I see we got some people, I think it's a waste of taxpayer dollar putting some people in jail for some of the little minor things. We're wrong. I mean, you need to have repercussions for anything you do wrong, I guess. I mean, some of these traffic violations are so minute. I mean, I don't know why we even bother to pull somebody over for some of this stuff. I seen one other day where a guy got pulled over. He had something sticking out the bed of his truck. I think it was I can't remember if it was a state trooper or a deputy sheriff. Had his tape measure, measuring it, how far it stuck out past the bed of the truck. I said, oh my Lord. Is that what we worrying about? When you got all these criminals and all these drugs on the street and everything, we worried about how far something's sticking out past the bed of a truck? That's more important. Give somebody a ticket for that. My brother, he stopped one time, he seen a bale of pine straw beside the road. And or sitting right on the edge of the road. So anyway, he saw it, he stopped and get it, pick it up. He's a carpenter. He didn't have no need for pine straw, but he just said it was kind of in the way. He thought he'd just go ahead and get it and pick it up. He used some landscapers. He'd give it to them, he said. A state trooper or county sheriff or somebody come along while he was loading it and asked him what he was doing. He said, well, I found this laying beside the road. He thought I'd just pick it up. No, you had that on your vehicle and you didn't have it secured good. I'm writing you a ticket. Wrote him a damn ticket for not securing his cargo, and it wasn't even his. I said, man, please. You got to be freaking kidding me. Got a ticket because he's trying to be helpful, picking up something off the road, and then he gets a ticket. They tried to claim it was his. He didn't have it secured good, and wrote him a ticket for that. Now that right there is about as crazy a crap as I ever heard in my life. I mean, holy Jesus. It's like he tried to tell the officer. He said, man, I'm a carpenter. I don't even have no need for this. I just seen it going to pick it. Oh, no, that was yours. You just didn't have it secured good. And you're getting a ticket for not having your cargo secured good. I said, yeah. I said, that would sound like something that would happen to me. Which it was my brother, which was just about as bad. You know, he sure didn't have the extra money to pay no damn ticket. You know, especially for something like that. That is so minute. Now, it's just like most places now. If you get a ticket, and you go ahead and pay for that ticket before it ever goes to court, you still got to pay court fee. Even though your ticket might have been $30, court fee is like $250, about the minimum anywhere. If you sell it before it goes to court, why have you got to pay the court fee? That makes no freaking sense to me whatsoever. So you ought to settle it. It ain't going to go before the court because you already went ahead and paid it, or you had it settled or some kind of way or something. I said, my Lord, have mercy. It's all about the dollar. That saying goes, taxation by citation. That's what they're looking at nowadays. And I ain't one of the types that say we need to do away, cut the budgets back on the police and the sheriff's departments and stuff like that. No, we don't need to do that. But they need to have a little better understanding of people. You know, for these little really minor infractions like I was talking about. I mean, is that really worthwhile writing a damn ticket over? I guess to some, I guess they think it is. And a lot of these officers think if you're at the courthouse or you're at the post office or anything, you can't be. They say you're not supposed to be able to video. Yes, and even at the police stations and stuff, they're talking about this is private property. No, it ain't. It's taxpayer property. Taxpayer money pays for everything, for the city, for the county, and for the state. Tax dollar what pays for everything, or it's supposed to be. Like they say, the license fees, your car registration, and all the other kind of stuff like that is supposed to help go to rebuild the roads. Well, that's a freaking joke if I ever heard it. I ain't hardly seen any road improvement. Now, they'll work on the interstate a little bit here and there. Yeah, but man, county roads and state roads, it's got to be just about where it's almost a death trap before they'll even do anything to it. But I don't look the best in the world, but it's gonna have to do. Well, that's enough of that. I'm sure this has been boring enough. But we just need to, people need to start attending their council meetings, if it's county or city or whatever. People need to start attending these things and speak up about some of this stuff, which I'm just guilty as everybody else, you know. But I work for the county, so I have to kind of be careful what I say. And but it's like it is with the federal government. There's just so much wasteful spending on stuff. It's just ungodly. I mean, but that's anything doing any kind of government. There's going to be a lot of waste. But, well, that's enough of me pissing and moaning. But we'll try this again in a little bit.